Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Creating Character Podcast. I'm Scorpio Sky, and I don't normally do these intros. Full disclosure, I'm not even good at it. But you know who is good at it? My co-host and champion, James Willems.
Thank you so much. That was a great intro.
I tried.
You killed it. You did great. No, thank you so much. And I appreciate you allowing it to be a bit of a reveal here.
Yeah.
That like Sky said, I normally intro the show. My name is James Willems. I am a podcaster turned professional wrestler.
That's right.
Turned professional wrestling champion.
Professional wrestling champion. And so full disclosure, I almost blew that intro because right before I said your name, my mind crossed and it was like, do I want to say James Willems or James Angel?
That's a great question.
Right? And
I don't
so
even
my
know
mind
sometimes.
paused for a second, but I was like, oh, James Willems.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You're a champ.
It's basically the same thing. James Willems, James Angel, it's the same thing.
Yes.
But yes.
But, we can't do this
Yeah.
without the champion of our podcast.
That's true.
And that is our producer, Eric Bador.
Hey guys, what's up? James, congratulations. I watched your match.
Yeah.
What a match. What a journey for this podcast. I want to start with that.
Yeah.
Look, I want to hear all about this. I want to hear all about your championship stuff or whatever. When we started this, and it's James going, yeah, I don't know, I'm like doing like this wrestling thing.
Kinda
and
trying this thing
Sky's figuring it out. Look at, dude, you won a title. You have main event pull. You are making stuff happen. You are a professional wrestler. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
I had a conversation with Cody years ago, and he was talking about when you date someone in the wrestling business, the downside is there's like you're never both up at the same time. One of you's up, the other's down. And
Okay,
goes back
I think
and
I know where
forth.
this is going.
Is that what this podcast is right now? Well, it's not. We're not dating.
No.
But sharing a podcast. Are you up and I'm down right now? And I
It
used
is
to be
strange.
Are we?
It is kind of strange that at this point, given our careers, I am the current champion of the podcast.
That's not weird.
No,
You worked hard. Let's I don't want to make that about myself. So that's just a little bit of a joke.
No,
Let's
it's
get
good.
into it.
Yeah.
Right. So you had your match. This was a week ago tomorrow by the time this airs.
Yes, it was July 3rd.
July 3rd.
July 3rd, a July 4th Independence Day themed show because the shows are on Friday nights in Chatsworth, and that's the closest you can get to having a July 4th show, right? So the whole thing was themed America, America, America.
America, America, America.
Main event, triple threat match for the MPW National Championship. Now, MPW has several titles. They have a tag team championship, they have a national championship, and then they have the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's not that many.
It's not that many. But, you could say that this would be the intercontinental equivalent, the mid-card title or
the
something.
Workhorse Championship.
I love the sound of that, the Workhorse Championship, and I might use that. But yes, this is the Fighters Championship. This is the one where you go to really do the work. But it got main event status on the show.
Oh, okay. Because it's the national title.
Because it's the national title. It made sense.
Yeah.
And for me, man, what a sweet situation.
Oh, well, tell us about it.
What a sweet situation.
So who was in the match?
all
Who
right.
was the champion?
So a little bit of backstory. James Angel, my MPW alter ego. Some people would say he's a heel. Some people would make that argument. Like a dastardly fellow.
We need to have like on Mind the Game podcast, like LeBron's podcast.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the newer ones so much with Steve Nash, but with JJ Redick, they would use these insider
terms.
basketball
Yeah.
terms, and
And a
on
little
the
lower.
screen would
Yeah.
pop up. That's what this means.
Yeah.
We're how many episodes into our podcast?
Almost 60.
60,
Yeah, that's fine.
Most people that are watching, I'm sure, know
I think people get
know
it.
what a heel is.
Yeah, but either way, I would say I get more boos than I get cheers.
Yeah,
at
you
the
are.
Chatsworth
You
Arena.
are, as it used to say, I believe, in Pro Wrestling Illustrated when I was growing up, most hated. Right there
I'm
was
in there.
fan favorites.
Yeah,
and there was most hated.
Yeah. No high fives as you're walking out for the show. No high fives. There was a child in the audience, and at one point I was like, I went to go like that hands up, give me that high five. And he reacted as children do with, oh, free high five, and pulled back because he knew. It was so funny.
He knew.
But either way, this is kind of built off of, I earned a spot a couple weeks ago. We participated in the Royal Royale.
That's right. We talked about that.
I won that.
You won.
Which allowed me to get a world championship title match.
Okay.
And then I had that against Diego Valens. We know how that went. It was discussed on this podcast.
Yeah.
I was attacked by an
It's
MPW
pending.
official.
It's still pending, I'm assuming.
Well, it kind of isn't. That's kind of how I ended up with this.
Oh, so you okay.
I was pinned in that match, but there was some controversy. Go back and check the episode where the official put their hands on me.
Right.
And we spoke with
Mark
Sterling.
Smart Mark Sterling.
So I got lawyers involved.
Okay.
Confronted MPW and said, I am owed the championship.
They didn't want to mess with it.
The championship I deserve was, unfortunately, sometimes you have to check the fine print, and I will not be paying the lawyers the full amount that they are owed because the phrasing allowed an opening, essentially a loophole for the general manager, Ray Rosas, to say, oh, okay, well, don't force Scarlett Donovan to resign. I'll give you your championship. Ooh. Turns out it was the MPW National Championship. Not the main event World Heavyweight Championship that I thought it was going to be, but a championship's a championship, and I'll take the opportunity. So I faced off against Draven Silvera, a young, upcoming talent, bright star in the industry. I can admit that. Novice, inexperienced, doesn't have the life experience. Also, I think he may be straight edge, which is a downside in my eyes.
Oh.
You know, you can't.
Wow.
You know, you can't experience the world if you can't experience everything.
Okay.
And so I did face off against him in a one-on-one match 2 weeks ago. I was victorious, but it was a DQ finish.
Okay. A win's a win.
DQ finish.
Win's a win.
Because his former tag team partner, Miggy Rose, came out, obviously saw that Draven was in trouble and attacked me to ensure that his partner wasn't humiliated in the ring.
Yes.
Now, if you watch the match, you may find that I'm embellishing some of these details.
Yeah, a little.
Maybe a little.
But
just a bit. I understand.
It's close.
But
we're in the ballpark.
Either way, that was unfair. It was not resolved. I was immediately going to contact my lawyers, and Ray Rosas, maybe the smartest thing he's ever done, said, we're going to resolve this immediately. Okay. You're getting your title. You get a rematch for that title, but it's going to be a triple threat.
Nice.
Miggy Rose also had earned a spot. Probably should have been wrestling me after I defeated Draven, but now it's a triple threat. So we had our triple threat on Friday night.
Okay.
And I won.
You won.
And it's as simple as that.
And so what was the ending of that match? Out of curiosity. I always like to know the ending.
Yeah.
It's very important to know.
Yeah. It's very important. Yeah. I watched the match.
Why is it important, Eric?
James.
Why is it so important?
Now, you were low blowed in this triple threat.
Oh.
I was low blowed in Miggy Rose.
Wow.
The cheater. Mm-hmm. No cheater.
Wow.
And then there was a lot of back and forth. And then it ended with James maybe performing some more low blows.
No, it didn't end with a low blow. I returned the low blow against Miggy Rose, and then we continued to wrestle. But what happened was, ultimately, I was clearly the sole force to be reckoned with in that match.
Wow.
And the two of them had to put their differences aside, their baggage aside, just to take out me.
Wow.
And so that's essentially what happened. It ended up I received a pile driver from Miggy Rose and then a swanton bomb from Draven Silvera in quick succession, which I'm not sure anyone could survive.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's
a lot.
That's the kind of thing you wake up in the back, right?
Yeah, you have to be woken up.
But I didn't. I woke up sooner than that.
Before the count of 3, I assume.
Before the count of 3, because Draven Silvera wasn't able to pin. Miggy Rose threw him out. Betrayed him, came to make the pin on me. I snapped out of it faster than maybe any other human ever has. Rolled up Miggy, 1, 2,
wow,
3.
your instincts kicked in.
Kicked in.
Doing a podcast with me after all this time, you know what I mean?
I pick up these things.
Yeah, you picked up. My aura just floated over and made you.
It's smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's smart.
About me again.
Yeah.
He's been watching Scorpio Sky matches.
I told him to.
But it's not like it was a schoolboy. How are you feeling about the small package is maybe something that you utilize more and they start calling you Mr. Small Package? Is that something that you would... Is that something...
Hey.
What?
Mr. Small Package. I like it.
If it wins me championships,
yeah,
you can call me whatever you want.
Hey, man, Eric.
How about that?
You don't look down your nose. I became the first ever AEW tag team champion using a small package.
Maybe that's where I
I
learned
pinned
Whoa,
Chris
you guys
Jericho.
are-
Exactly.
First time Chris Jericho ever got pinned in AEW was by me.
Yep.
Small package.
Because you have a lot of these wrestlers,
This is
they
a
have
small
big
package
egos.
podcast.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
This is a-
You're looking
this
at
is
the
a
smallest
podcast
package
full of
on the internet.
of small packages.
Yeah.
Not-
well,
I
how's
don't
it
wanna be
taken us 60
associated.
episodes to get to what should have been the tagline
It
for
should have
this
been the
whole
small
time?
package podcast.
The small package podcast. Oh my God! Can
wow.
we rebrand?
Can we
all of this?
rebrand? Yeah,
Holy
we got to
cow.
rebrand. Does that exist? We might have to look after it and see if that exists.
I'm gonna have to look for it, and then I'm gonna have to delete my search history. I don't know about
Yeah.
this. Oh my god!
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I
This is
appreciate
your
it.
first championship.
My first championship.
Wow.
My first professional wrestling
It's a
championship.
nice championship belt too.
I love it.
Put
looks
that in
great.
the camera.
It looks great.
Let people let
Yeah.
people get a look at that.
Look at that.
It's
the
a
red,
nice.
white,
You
and
get a
blue.
close up on him. Yeah, that's a really nice looking championship.
And you know what?
too.
I don't even care about most of the world. That's
Yeah.
another thing. As I was throwing this into my trunk
Okay.
to drive home, I realized I don't even really care about most of the world.
So you're an isolationist, I see.
And some would argue that the United States is the supreme global power anyway,
Oh boy.
right? Wouldn't we?
Boy.
We could make that case, right? So, in many ways, this is kind of the most important championship in the MPW roster of championships, right?
Yeah.
I would argue that.
Yeah.
I would make that
Yeah.
case. Eric, thoughts? What's
yeah, you
bigger?
know what?
What's bigger?
We got.
The world
Mhm.
or the United States of America?
The world.
I
What?
gotta say,
Oh.
hey, easy way to sort this out. The World Cup
Uh-huh.
in the United States. So it sounds like the United States is bigger than the world.
That's true.
Something to
That's where
think
the
about.
World Cup came to play. That is a good
That's all I'm
point.
saying.
Thank you, Eric.
That's all I'm saying.
Appreciate
yeah,
that.
no problem, man. No problem, champ.
Yeah.
You know, it brings up an interesting conversation, and that is about, you called it earlier, secondary championship belt,
Mhm.
right? And I think traditionally the secondary championship belt has kind of always been the most fun,
Oh yeah.
right?
Intercontinental.
Intercontinental,
Yeah.
the television, and that's another thing is cool names. Like, different companies have different names for their
Mhm.
secondary. There's the television title, there's the United States title, there's the TNT title, there's the Intercontinental title, like just different names, a national title. Do you see that as a stepping stone to the world championship though? Even I know you said this is more important,
Yeah.
but there's being known nationally and there's being known worldwide.
That's a good point. That's a great point. I acknowledge that. I think so. You saying it makes it occur to me maybe why I feel like I'm so drawn to those secondary championships.
Yeah, they're fun.
Because the people who win them are the people with the greatest potential,
Yeah.
not the people who have already reached the top. Maybe they're over the hill. Some of them, I think you could make a case that a lot of world champions don't even belong there.
Yeah.
They're just holding on to whatever they had. Whereas a championship like this and a champion like me has an upward trajectory.
Yeah, you're right. Speaking of which, I want to pause just for a second, and we're live pausing. We're not
Yeah, yeah.
actually pausing.
No, don't
Eric,
pause.
I've got our next draft.
Oh, really?
Oh my
This
God.
conversation
Okay.
has brought our next draft to me.
Okay.
The greatest wrestlers to never become world champion.
Wow, that's
I love
a
it.
great one.
That
love
is
it.
our next draft. That's going to be tough.
That's going to be
I love
very
it.
tough.
Like once we get deeper into the rounds, it's going to be tough. So that's our next draft.
And it just officially, James Angel can
You can be
be
on that
included
list. So
on
can
that
Scorpio
list.
Sky.
And so could Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah.
What about? Can I be on? Can I be
Can
on
also
draft
be on the
eligible?
No.
Can I?
No, you
what?
haven't won a secondary championship.
Yeah.
You got to win one.
Let's get back to the
All right.
secondary championships.
Yeah.
What you were talking about, I think that's so cool and interesting because it's like the most fun title.
Yeah.
It's the title where you see potential.
Mhm.
Guys are on their way up.
Mhm.
There's that like mystery of like, are they going to get to the big one, or
Yeah,
are they going to go down after? Like, I think if you traditionally look, how many times have I said that? Over secondary champions over the years, Bret Hart, Randy Savage, Mr. Perfect, Tito Santana, those types, Shawn Michaels,
Razor
those
Ramon.
guys, Razor Ramon, yeah, and it's always been such a cool, and not only that, but specifically back in the day. Not so much now because there's so much more talent in main events. But, you know, you go back to the days of Hogan and Warrior and that sort of thing. The best match was the intercontinental title match.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and the tag team title.
Yeah.
You didn't watch the main event for the match.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if
Yeah.
you're watching WCW and WA, yeah.
Maybe there's some stakes.
Yeah.
There might be stakes behind
Did
that.
you say
but-
steak?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, back then you were watching Mr. Perfect. You know,
Yeah.
you were watching Barry Windham and those types of guys that were competing for those secondary titles. And I think there's a lot of like mystique to that. And there's a lot of responsibility to that. And even when I was like, whenever I had a secondary title in different companies, I tried to carry it like that, where it was just like, oh, this is and I'll give you a great example. Cody, when he was TNT champion,
Mm-hmm.
like when Cody was the TNT champion, you can argue it was as important as the world championship.
Yeah.
And I think Cena had a run like that at one point too with the United States title.
Yeah.
And when you can bring it to that level, I think that's something really cool.
Absolutely. It not to diminish the title itself, but it really feels like it's more about the person than it is the championship. Where sometimes you can put a world title on someone and that will elevate them. You know, like it feels like it's somewhat the inverse when you have the intercontinental. No one really is sure what it means.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like the ocean. I don't know. Like I don't what land am I representing specifically? But the person will elevate that title, and with the way they wear it and the way they will have their matches will be like, oh, that's what the title means.
Yeah.
Same with the TNT title. It's like, oh, it's on this person. It kind of means this now.
Yeah.
Whereas the world championship is kind of almost always the world. There's times where it changes and it evolves to match when the belt spins and or it's made of wood. You know.
Yeah. And there's a different responsibility for if you're a heel.
Yeah.
If you're a villain, a most hated wrestler, because I loved the days, and I think it's really hard to do now because most of the heels are so popular
Yeah.
that the fans don't really want to see them lose.
Yeah.
But like in your case, I mean, the fans genuinely dislike you.
It
So
seems that way.
You've got the opportunity to take them on that ride. For me, the ultimate goal when you're a heel champion is you want people to desperately want you to lose that championship. They are dying to see whatever fan favorite it is beat you for it. And that's where you can take them on the ride of like, is tonight going to be the night?
Yeah.
And always trying to convince them tonight is going to be the night.
Yeah.
And then you take it from them.
Yeah. I should pull out my small package.
Pull out that small package
And
and it's over.
Here come the booze.
It's over. Nobody likes a small package,
well,
but everyone
it works
loves
for
a
me.
small package.
It works for me.
The Small Package Podcast. We are either creating something new and great or advertising for someone else.
Yeah, I was saying, or this is the last episode we ever do. No, yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. And in a breaking kayfabe vibe, we were talking beforehand. Like one of the first questions I was asked is like, okay, so what is it? What does that mean to you as a
Small package.
no, not the championship. What does it mean to win a championship? Because ultimately, it was something that was agreed upon. It's not like winning a gold medal.
Yeah.
You didn't step out there. That being said, there's a lot of unknowns. Someone could tell you, oh, this is the 6-month plan for your character or for what you're doing. And at the end of it, it results in a championship, right? That's a distinct possibility. But with this performance art, there's no guarantee. Things constantly change. And it might not even be you. It might not even be your performance. It might be, oh, well, the guy who needed to get it before you kind of twisted his ankle, which throws off the timeline of this, that, and the other things. There have been close calls for me being a champion already in MPW that didn't pan out the way it was supposed to or the way it was theoretically drawn up to. And so when it does, it's weird. It's one of those things where, number one, I'm more concerned about going out there and having a really fun, entertaining match. That's like priority one. then you get through that. And there's always that point. I don't know if you still feel this way, but when you get to that point in the match where you're like landing the plane and you're like, here we come. Okay, all those things those places I needed to be, the timing that I needed to ensure, all that stuff kind of has happened. There's two more things I need to do, and I know what they are,
Yeah.
And then whether or not it's win or lose, there's that point where you're either lying on your back, looking up at the ceiling, and you don't have to kick out.
Yeah.
Or you're covering, and you're pretty confident they're not going to kick out either because you don't know what's going to come afterwards if they do.
Right.
But there's that moment where you're like, that's what I'm working towards. That's the end.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I will say that I rolled up Miggy, held him, and then afterwards I was like, oh, what do I do now? And then the belt was handed to me. And I'm still going like, well, I took a swanton and a pile driver.
Yeah.
So, ow. But I guess this is good, right?
Yeah.
And all of those things are processing at the same time. It'd be like if you put on a Shakespeare play and then at the end someone came out with a giant chocolate cake and said, eat it. And
here's
like,
here's a way I kind of like to describe it in sports terms.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like winning an NBA championship
Yeah.
or the Super Bowl, right? Where you have to go out and compete and beat somebody, right? Because everyone knows what pro wrestling is.
Yeah.
But it's very similar to like winning MVP of a league.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't actually win MVP, meaning you don't go out and you win a certain amount of games or you win this big game and you're the MVP. That doesn't happen. But through your work, through showing up, because in the NBA and maybe other leagues as well, now there's a certain amount of games you have to play. So you have to show up, you have to be available, you have to perform at a certain level. And this is like the organization saying, thank you, you've done a great job. And then there's another layer to it where we've seen in the NBA, at least, it's not always the best player that year.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a business decision.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, well, this guy was better slightly, but we kind of want to run with this guy because this is what we want to market right now. So that's why I think it's very similar to winning one of the awards in general, MVP, most valuable or most improved player, defensive player of the year, all these awards that you don't actually win, you're kind of given, but they say you win them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I describe it.
And also from like a performance standpoint too, it's like they come up to you right as you're about to run out of the locker room and have a game and they say, after the game, we're going to give you the MVP award.
Right.
And you're like, oh, awesome. But then you're thinking, what if I have the worst game of my life?
Yeah.
And then you stand there afterwards and they go, congratulations. Or they go, like at halftime, they're going, we got to pivot. Like it feels like anything is still possible in this weird predetermined world.
It is a cool accomplishment. I think if nothing else, because the fans get behind it.
Oh, yeah.
And it just elevates. The fans are going to care more when you win a match that's for a championship than if it's not for a championship in most cases, unless there's some big story. And it obviously makes things more memorable. You know, they're not going to remember how many matches you've won in your career, but they'll be able to say, yeah, he was the national champion.
Yeah.
And that's something.
Yeah. It's great. It's awesome. It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
It looks great, and it's a big accomplishment. And I think the thing that you're not really leaning on here is that it was the main event, and it felt like a main event match. Like the stuff that you guys laid out and the stuff you guys did brought the crowd way, way, way up until you pulled the rug out from under them, and they were way, way, way down. So it was really cool to see you sort of like achieve that and everything, and have the company sort of co-sign and be like, hey, you're the guy we're going with for this thing, for the story, where you're at. And it's really exciting to see that over the course of like what we've been doing for this podcast and everything. So it's very, very cool, man. Congratulations. And way to go.
Thank you.
It's a fantastic looking belt too.
It is. It really is. It's nice.
I love it.
I kind of want it too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. Earn your spot. Have your lawyers call my lawyers.
Yeah,
back of the line.
Not to toot my own horn, but the old saying of like get in line and climb your way to the top. You know, I think I've got enough pull to make a call, and I can probably,
oh my God,
get one of those. What do they call it at Disneyland? A little
fast pass.
Fast pass, yeah. I think I could probably get a fast pass.
I think isn't it called the Genie Pass now or something?
I don't go to Disneyland. You guys live
I'm gonna
there.
call it the Ray Rosas pass.
Oh, come on.
My good friend Ray.
Come on.
Yeah.
If
Write
he
your own
does that,
stories.
He's already got it out for me.
Yeah.
What a stooge.
Yeah.
I think that I love the idea of just writing your own story for this thing. James just won the title, and it's like, all right, how do I get in there? That's what you do.
Great.
I know your weakness because you're not going to hold my hands down while you pin me.
I've watched my matches now.
Oh, yeah, really? Okay.
I've taken it to heart.
Okay.
Watch my
All right.
matches.
All right.
People are going, what are you doing out there? Why are you taking my wrist every single time?
I'll have to pivot, find another weakness.
It's good advice.
I'm just going to constantly let you like put me in suplex. Like, oh no, a front headlock. Boom. That's when I scoop you. Small package. Package.
Oh yeah, the small package.
Yeah.
This actually just sort of like you guys talking about this and James, like your ascent on all this stuff. We actually have a question from a fan, B. Marucci. Boy, I probably don't say that right. What's the most surprising part about being a professional wrestler? What do you think? Like what's something that comes to mind when you think surprising part of being a pro wrestler?
I will say this from my perspective, which again, I have mostly only worked with MPW and a smaller roster of guys that kind of come through. How quickly you build trust with the locker room. This is my specific case because I assume that if you're traveling from different promotion to different promotions, there may be different egos and stuff. But for me, I mean, I feel like trust is a necessity, right? You go out there with another person and they're kind of counting on you to not break their neck and you're counting on them to not break yours. But the beyond that of the like, come back, how was that? How are you? Was there anything I could have done to make you feel more comfortable out there? There's a real like pre and post match conversation that takes place where I wrestle that makes you feel like not even like safe as a pro wrestler, but like safe as a person.
Yeah.
And so, me coming in there with somewhat of a public profile is also one of those things too, like me deciding at 40 years old, I want to try pro wrestling is a vulnerable place to put yourself. Right. Yeah. And, how much I trust the people there, and how quickly that came on was like, pretty surprising.
I think that's a good answer. I'm going to lean on that one too.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't have one.
Yeah.
Nothing surprised you? You've been a pro wrestler for this long and nothing surprising to you?
I'm sure I'll think of something on my way home.
A ton of surprises over the last however long. But
I'm sure I'll think of something on my way home, but nothing comes to mind right now. I mean, I would say like how resilient we are. I would say that it's so much more physical than people understand.
Yes.
As far as like how hard the ring is, how hard the ropes are.
Yes.
I mean, people think we're just bouncing off those ropes. Hurt.
They're the worst part.
They're
literally
hurt.
The ropes are the worst part.
Even something as simple. We talked about this off air before we started. When a civilian, I call it, holds a real championship belt for the first time, their reaction is always, oh yeah, this is really heavy.
Yeah.
People don't understand, like, even the championship belt is heavy.
Yeah.
Everything about it that you think is an illusion, it's not as much of an illusion as you think it is. So I think that could count as one of the most, not surprising to me because I was diehard and been in so long, but I think to someone that wasn't as familiar with not so much wrestling in general, but the inside of actually doing it, it may come as a surprise how hard it actually is.
Yeah, this is definitely a knock on wood type situation, but also I feel like the things that you are icing the next day are never the things you would think. Like you think of a spot, you go, okay, I'm good, and then you're gonna F5 me, and then F5 me, or whatever. Yeah. You do this thing, and the whole match you're thinking, oh my gosh, like I hope I'm okay when that happens, or when they do the dive, when they do a swanton over the top rope, those are the moments where you're going like, I hope I'm okay. I'm gonna get pile driven, I'm gonna land on my head. I hope that I'm okay, and then you get backstage and you go, I have a bruise on my forehead from when I rolled in under the bottom rope and sat up too fast, right? And I just glong. Like, that's after my match. Miggy does this thing where he basically hangs you up over the top rope over your waist, drop kicks you off the top turnbuckle, and you kind of fall into the ring, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I want to be there for him. But you're also thinking like, okay, I got to balance on this thing and I make sure I'm there. And then he does it perfectly fine bump. And then I go to sit up and I just welt my forehead against the bottom rope. And that was far and away. I came out, I was like, oh my God. Like the next day, I got to ice my forehead. This is the most painful thing. And it's some stupid sit up that I did. It's not even anything important.
Yeah. I always say this when it comes to icing things, between when I used to do backyard wrestling and then got into pro wrestling and then MMA and all this stuff, I can fill an Olympic size pool with the ice I've put on my body throughout my entire life.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm over it. I'm sick of it.
It's not.
Sick of icing things.
Yeah.
But you got to do it.
You got to do it.
Got to get your ice baths in, your sauna.
I need to do some of that. I haven't gotten a massage in too long.
Eric?
Too long.
You don't know.
I got a I got a massage not too long ago, but I'm not really in the ring taking bumps. I'm just calling it from the back. I don't want to get in there. Yeah. Massage good. You got to get that body work where like they're like really like working in there, and you go, I didn't even know I like muscles down in here. It's like a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you walk in, like you walk out and you're just like sweating and crying. You're like, I didn't know this was gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to feel bad.
I
want to pay for it.
Well, it feels like you're like dough, and you want them to just break the dough so it gets soft again.
Especially the old trap area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get in there.
Yeah.
I want
if
them
you
to
are
grab
a massage therapist somewhere in the Austin, Texas or Los Angeles area, and you want to have someone from the Small Package podcast come and
the least intimidating podcast on the internet,
and come, be a customer, hit us up.
Yeah, let us
leave
know.
us a comment.
Let us know.
You're nuts. Well, guys, we are getting close to time, but I do have a few this or that questions that I wanted to hit you with. It's been a year, so we should get to know each other a little bit more. Guys, here's my first one, and I think it ties into what we've been talking about.
All right.
You more of a intercontinental title guy or a TV title guy? Which one?
I'm an intercontinental title guy.
I think I'm gonna go intercontinental.
One of the nicest looking championships ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's hard to deny it. I love the TV title for the rules that it had, where everything was like time limit, and like this was a championship that lineage goes back to. This is a television show. We don't have all night for this one title match. This is a like 10-minute time limit thing. And Steven Regal in WCW always won by the skin of his teeth because he just outlasted. He just made it 10 minutes and 1 second. And it was like, well, the match is over, and everyone was pissed. And I went, oh, what a great run. But man, the IC title is just so, I just don't know that there's a better championship than that with like the lineage and everything. It's so hard. Those were all my favorites, right? Like those were the guys.
Yep.
Those were the guys.
Yeah.
It's tough. Man.
Remember when they had the Christmas, like the foam belts? It was basically a piece of plastic and some foam or whatever. Sure. My parents got me the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which I like utterly appreciated. But in the back of my head, when I watched the commercials, I was like, put that in. I think they were like, we'll get him the biggest one.
Yeah.
And in my head, and I never expressed that because I was just grateful that I got anything. But I was like, that Intercontinental title looks
it's a sweet looking belt. Sweet looking championship.
So how about this one? Total different realm here. Netflix to watch a movie or going to the theater to watch a movie? Which one are you doing?
So scenario dependent, but I'm going to say going to a movie theater.
Very scenario dependent, but yes, going to a movie theater.
Yeah. I think that one's tough, but I think that there's still something cool about going to a movie. What was the last movie you guys saw in theaters?
I
think it was Michael for me.
I saw Disclosure Day.
The
Steven Spielberg movie last week.
I also saw that.
We need to get
and
Maverick.
that's all we need to
Top
say.
Gun Maverick back in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we almost watched it on 4th of July.
Really?
After we went to the drone show I was telling you about. Everyone was like, "Should we go watch Top Gun Maverick?" And I was like, "It's 9:00. I'm going home." And Elise was like, "Top Gun Maverick, you say?"
The answer is yes. You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
go watch it.
Crazy. Crazy. Best fast food restaurant.
Is that a this or that?
That's not, yeah,
That's
yeah.
an open-ended
Pick it.
question.
Open-ended
Yeah, pick
question.
it.
There's no this or that to that.
Yep.
Wow. That's really tough. He just didn't want us to have to choose between Whataburger and In-N-Out and hurt all these feelings out in Texas.
Dude, no kid. Dude, it's so sad out here when everyone's going, "Oh, you got to go to Whataburger." It's like eating a Jack in the Box. It's like, come on, man.
I'm saying this knowing that it's sacrilege, but I think it's just the honest answer for me, Taco Bell.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I don't really eat burgers.
Man, so tough. I think I'd have to just go In-N-Out though, man.
Yeah.
You can't beat
Yeah.
In-N-Out. Like, you don't really like burgers, so what you
I think In-N-Out is delicious. I just don't crave burgers the way people do. And since that's basically that's 90% of their menu, I'm telling you and Elise need to hang out. It's ridiculous. Something happened last week too where you said something.
It was Maverick.
Yeah,
Maverick.
It was Top Gun and stuff. But yeah, it was. I just don't.
Maybe I just need to come over. I'll bring some In-N-Out and we'll all watch Maverick.
Oh my gosh, she'd lose her mind. She'd lose her mind.
Or Rocky,
Show up with a
whichever you got.
stack of burgers. That's crazy.
I got a
Oh,
pound.
so
Burgers,
Rocky
guys.
4.
Rocky
is
4.
I was
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
Rocky
what
4.
movie I was picking as Rocky, and she's like, "I'd pick Rocky 4."
I love how all of our first picks were Rocky.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that.
It was so good. Oh yeah, we could talk about the draft real quick. It was tough to see who the winner was because it was all pretty split. The audience was less about picking, here's who I think won, and more going, here's what I would have picked, here's what you missed. So I this might be our first official like three-way tie because I could not say that like after looking at the comments and what people voted on polls, it was all neck and neck, like all the way.
Well, I said it last week. I thought that was our closest one ever.
Oh, yeah.
Every single list was, I mean, nobody was even a hair ahead of the other. It was crazy.
No, it was great. A lot of movies that we missed, but it was stuff, even in our honorable mentions, like a lot of stuff that we missed, but it was really good. It was cool to see a lot of people building their own lists from the draft. I am excited to do best wrestler to never win the world championship draft. Our
So
next
rules
draft
for
would be
that.
really good.
We got to set some hard rules too
Let's
for
do
that
it.
because it's tough. It has to be, I think, maybe they just never won a major world championship, but we're going to have to lay some rules of like, what are we considering a major world championship? Is it just WWE and WCW, TNA, AEW?
Yeah.
Is it, is world class count? Does AWA count? Like where are we, we can do that off air. We'll have to set some, we'll talk about it, but that's going to be a really fun draft.
You know what I'm excited about is that we forget to set the rules and then we start making picks and we have to argue for them.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just going to be a free for all.
Yeah.
And
Someone's gonna
that
throw
is
a documentary on a movie.
Come on. What are you thinking?
last question, last one. And I think I know the answer, but I want to know anyway. Who would you rather be friends with? Stallone or Schwarzenegger?
Stallone.
Schwarzenegger.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
By the way, I think Sly turned 80 today.
Really?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that online, which I think means George W. Bush also turned because they have the same birthday.
He
So
did.
he would have also turned 80 today.
Yep. At the day of this recording on July the 6th, it is the 80th birthday of Sylvester Stallone.
So happy birthday, Sylvester Stallone. I truly admire and love you so much.
And happy birthday, Corey Gohagen, my best friend back in North Carolina.
Happy birthday, Corey Gohagen. I truly admire and love you so much.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, James,
Nothing for
one more
you.
time, congratulations.
Thank you.
What
Thank
a championship
Thank you.
win.
Yeah,
you guys can
congrats.
check it
Appreciate
out.
it.
The match is on YouTube. I'll put it in the description, but you guys can go watch James's triple threat main event where he walks out with that championship. Don't let the result spoil the match. The match is very good. You did a really great job, so way to go.
What the hell does that mean? I don't understand. This is the best thing to happen to this country in 250 years. You realize
Whoa.
that, right? Maybe the first
That's
good thing.
a big statement.
Maybe the first good thing.
Well, why don't you tell us where we can find you?
Yeah, if you want to make sure you don't miss a single match for this, you want to follow me on Instagram, James.Willems. That's where you're going to know when I'm wrestling, how I'm wrestling, what else is going on. Sometimes it's not wrestling. Sometimes it's just other things. But for now, I'm your champion, and that's where you should follow me.
And I am Scorpio Sky everywhere except TikTok, Scorpio Sky Official. I am going to go live soon. I know I've been saying it, but I'm actually going to do it very soon. So don't miss out. Make sure you're following. Eric?
You can follow me everywhere at Eric Badur. A lot of stuff coming up. Me and James are going to hang out in person next week. James can't get enough of me. He's like, Eric, I want to fly out and hang out. Do you want to fly out or do you want to hang out with me? And I said, you know what? If you show up, fine.
Yeah.
I'll accept it. I said champions only, and he said, don't worry, buddy. I got it covered. So me and James are going to hang out. We're going to do a live episode of Answer for it. James isn't promoting it because it's sold out, and he texted me, and he said, oh, my God, thank God. I don't have to promote this. I was so nervous. This is finally sold out. Oh, my God, thank God.
Yes.
So there you have it.
Great. Yeah.
All right, take us out, champ.
All right. As always, we want you to follow and subscribe to this show on YouTube, on Instagram. Creating Character Pod is the place. Also, make sure to check out Small Package Pod, the spinoff podcast we haven't actually gotten the usernames for yet. But if it's out there, follow them too. I don't know. But it's the best way to make sure you can join the discussion. You can compliment me on my beautiful championship, and you can never miss an episode. So we'll see you guys next week for the draft. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be, and again, you can put me on the list. I am officially eligible for the list.
Not drafting you.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.